to day 11 of Three Rivers Challenge, and everyone's pretty happy tonight. Before we go too far, we just had leftovers for breakfast. I had some of the rest of that Dutch baby, and we both took some of the taco casserole for lunch. We are having haddock and fries, but we are using our new deep fryer that David and I got each other for Christmas, so we're pretty excited. We did think it was a 2-basket one, or at least I did. I'm not sure why I thought it was, but it's not. It's 1 basket. So I'm going to cook all the French fries first because I don't want to use the oil the fish is going in, because then our fries are going to taste like fish. So we're just setting that all up over there. David's kind of doing his thing. So earlier today, I cut, I think, 4 good-sized potatoes. I put them through my French fry cutter, and I've been letting them soak in the water all day. I mean, it was like first thing this morning, like 7 o'clock. Yeah, it was before Eden left for school. So, and then I rinsed them a couple times, and I dried them really good. So they're sitting over by the fryer getting ready. So the batter I'm using for the fish is very, very simple. Grace doesn't like batter on her fish, so we are just going to cook her a piece in the oven, bake that up, and she'll be good to go. But David and I have cut up, I think I had 4 big fillets that I've cut up into smaller pieces because they'll fit into the fryer easier. And I have my batter all ready. So it's simple ingredients. It's a cup of flour, a 1/2 cup of milk, a 1/2 cup of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. I used this when we made fish a few weeks ago, and that's when I had to shallow fry it, which is so messy. And it was delicious. Like, I mean, it was amazing. And heated up the next day in the air fryer was spectacular. So I've done extra because I know we'll want to have some for lunch tomorrow. So, yeah, and then, oh, I'm sorry, and I whisk it all up till it's nice and smooth. That's my oven heating up because we're going to keep the fries hot in the bottom oven once we're done. So we're going to go over to the air fryer.
Ooh, hot chocolate. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button.
Hey, who took my hot chocolate?
Make sure you hit the bell so that you don't miss any new videos. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button.
Okay, so we got it all put together and figured out. We're heating it up to, what was it? Around 340? Yeah. That's what the book says, so we're gonna go by the book. I'm not going to start Gracie's fish until we're like almost through the French fries, because in the oven it's going to take longer. What I really like about this is this down here. It's a tray, and when we're all done, it filters out the oil automatically and stores the oil till we need it again. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm almost thinking I might take the oil out of here, or leave it in the actual dish because it's covered, and leave it in the refrigerator till we need it again, just because it is going to have food product in it. So obviously the oil's not going to last as long as it would without the food in it. Plate. Look at those French fries. That is beautiful looking haddock. So I still have a lot more to fry up, but we're gonna plate up while it's all hot and taste it. Okay, how is it, babe?
All right, let's test it.
Probably really hot. It's one of David's favorite foods.
Oh my god.
I'm eating a French fry. They're really good.
Oh, that's good.
Oh boy.
Oh. Oh.
So you're back here tomorrow for day 12. Hi friends. Day 12, Three Rivers Challenge. And I'm going to show you this morning what I had for breakfast. I actually had to get up early today because we had to drop my car off at the mechanic. And oh, I'm so thankful. It was very I mean, it still costs a little bit of money, but nowhere near what we thought. It's much, much cheaper to get it fixed. So anyway, I had to drop that off, and I wasn't sure how long that would take, so I did want to eat something before we left. So I just did up some yogurt with some blueberry jam and trying to use up this little bit of granola I have left before I make my own. And tonight is Friday night. We're going to be doing supper. I will show you the pizza at the end, but y'all have seen me make supper a million times. And we have 2 sausages left over from one of the casserole dishes I did last week or earlier this week, and I still had 2 left, so we're gonna fry them up and we're gonna top our pizza with them before they go bad. And Sunday, which will be 2 weeks into the challenge, I'm going to show you the amount of jars we've already emptied in the challenge, so I'm really excited. And we're also going to go out to the freezers and pick what we need for this week's menu. I think there's a lot of new recipes again this coming week, so I try not to look too far ahead on the menu plan. I usually just look a day or 2 ahead to go get everything we need, but I thought I would just come to you from my pantry, or what we call our store, and pick something for lunch. I am starving. It is noon here. And I didn't eat as much yogurt as I would have liked because I'm trying to save a little bit, because I do plan on making yogurt probably after the weekend, or maybe on the weekend. And it's my first time making it, so I'll take you along with us. Yeah, I need a little bit of it to help start the next batch. So anyway, this is part of the pantry, part of our store, and I am just looking to see. I am trying to be a little bit lower carb, but what I'm thinking is we have a lot of Annie's mac and cheese that I picked up. This was $1 at our dollar stores before Christmas, and it's really good, and I'm really wishing I'd grabbed a few more. I think I only grabbed 4, and we're down to these last 2 boxes. Or, oh, you know what? I think I'd rather have this one. I think we're going to have this one today. And normally I would not have this because we are going to have pizza tonight, and that's a little carby too, but that's okay. This is what we got, so this is what I want to go with. And I'm tired of sandwiches. So we are going to just use up one of these boxes so I can start making room. These single serve ones are actually Gracie's. She really needs to start eating these up out of here, because there's quite a few. They're not her dairy-free ones, but she still likes them. But yeah, she needs to get those ate up. So we're working our way through the pantry, slow but sure. And here's my lunch for today. It actually does 2 servings. I won't eat the whole box. I'll put the rest in the refrigerator, and there's some more lunch for later this week. So I have to say, the first year I started this pantry challenge, I have a little time today because I'm not going to be showing you a lot, so I can fill in a little bit. The first year I did 3 Rivers Challenge, Pantry Challenge. I have been doing pantry challenges like this for a while, but the first time I documented it, and it was a little bit stricter than even what I had been doing. I thought, you know, it was going to be hard, and I kept waiting for it to get hard. It shouldn't. You shouldn't be waiting for it to get hard, because it shouldn't be hard, because these should be things that you have already. Is it hard because maybe you're giving up some more convenience things a little bit, or you're eating out a little bit more than you should be? Yeah, that might be hard. And honestly, I'm finding it hard because of our date nights. I really enjoyed our date nights, but we are finding creative ways to have those too right now, which is kind of fun too. But it shouldn't be hard. We're eating great, which is amazing. The only thing I'm finding it hard is I want to bake a little bit more, but like I said, Dave and I are trying to watch the sweets and the baking, but I do think I'm going to do a little bit of baking next week, because I am going to make some breads, especially oatmeal bread. I've been craving some nice homemade oatmeal bread, but and I'll just send them into work. I'm going to do some baking, and I think I'll send it into David's job so we don't have so much of it, and freeze some of it too, so there's more later. But looking over at my menu, I am seeing, yes, there's lots of new recipes again next week. And that is what's been so fun about getting back in the kitchen and trying these new recipes. Because, you know, you tend to get in a rut and just keep making the same things. And I think that's when you start making a lot of mistakes with eating out, because you're bored, because you keep making the same things. So anyway, all that's just to say is we're not finding it hard at all. We're actually enjoying it. David's really enjoying it. Because he's feeling better, I'm feeling better. We've already lost weight, which is crazy. So, that was good. Is it maybe a bit like what I would have ate when I was 16? No, because what I would have ate at 16 would have been Kraft dinner. This is organic and it's delicious. Okay, so technically it is still the 12th, but I am going to make a new recipe for tomorrow, the 13th's breakfast, and it cooks all night. And it's a new recipe. I got it from the Humbled Homemaker, and it's pumpkin, is it pumpkin pie? Pumpkin baked oatmeal, and it sounds really good. I've done some slow cooker, and it's in the slow cooker. I have done some, sorry, you are crooked. There we go. I guess I am crooked. I've done over a slow cooker oatmeal before, but I've never done pumpkin, and we have so much pumpkin. So I'm excited to try this. So let's get making it. Okay, so in here I have a half a cup of maple syrup and a 1/4 cup of almost melted butter. And the directions say to whip this up until glossy. And you can use lots of different kinds of sweetener for this. I'm using maple syrup because that's what we like, but the recipe calls for honey or granulated sugar. It actually calls for something called THM Super Sweet, which I have no idea what it is. It's some kind of keto or something, but anyway, so we're gonna whip this up till it's glossy. Okay, I guess that's glossy. I'm gonna add 4 eggs, some vanilla, fill that up. The pumpkin. So, and I will link the recipe down below for this, so you know all the measurements. I also am going to talk to you about the recipes I'm sharing and a new way I'm going to be trying in just a few minutes, but I have to get another half a cup of pumpkin out of the refrigerator. Okay, I need milk. 1.5 cups of milk. Oh great, got that on my shirt. And we're gonna mix this till well combined. Okay, that's all combined. Boy, I hope my bowl is big enough. Now we're gonna add all our dry ingredients. So we need a tablespoon, darn it, I only have a teaspoon out. Tablespoon of baking powder, 3 cups of oats, 3 cups. So pumpkin pie spice, I don't have any made right now, so what I'm gonna do is add all the spices that are in pumpkin pie spice. So I'm gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, just because we like cinnamon, and a teaspoon of nutmeg, about a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, and about a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. About a teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna mix these all together. Okay, so over here in my slow cooker, I just took like a tablespoon of butter. I turned the slow cooker on while I've been making the oats and just smeared a tablespoon of butter. I let it turn on and let it melt. And then I just smeared it around just to grease it. And then we're gonna pour this slowly into here. I don't know what this is gonna taste like, but I can tell you it smells phenomenal. Give it another stir in there. And then we just cook it on low all night. Come down in the morning, I will turn it off, let it sit 15 minutes, and then Dave and I are gonna try this, and I'm really looking forward not only to tasting this, but to having a breakfast when I come downstairs that's already done for me is a win in my book. And before I go for the night, I wanted to mention I am working on a way that I can share the recipes, whether mine, from online, wherever I find them, or if it's an old recipe I've had forever, or family recipe, whatever the recipe. I am looking for a way where I can just upload them when I know I'm going to be using them, and they'll be in a link. So you'll just click on the link and every recipe you could possibly imagine from one of my videos will be there. It's just going to take me a little bit of time because I typically tend to upload later at night, during the night. When everyone goes to bed, I stay up for a few more minutes, get everything set up, and I schedule it, and then I don't have to worry about it. But then I forget, once it's up, I need to go back in and add the links to things. And sometimes I can do the links at the same time, but it really depends on the format that I have saved the video in. I know that sounds like a lot, and sometimes I'm just too tired to type out all the recipe in the description, and I figure I'll get to it the next day, and then I forget. So I am trying my best to get this link up and going so I can just add all these recipes, and you'll just click on that link. So the link will always be added into my videos going forward. I'm going to set it in my settings so it will be there on every video, and this way, especially when I know a couple days ahead what I'm going to be making, I can take a few minutes and have the recipe sent there to type it out and put it in the link. So stay tuned for that. I'm hoping to get that going very, very, very soon, like within the next few videos soon. So we will see you tomorrow morning and try that pumpkin baked oatmeal. I can't wait. It smells amazing. Good morning, friends, on this cold and very snowy day 13 of the Three Rivers Challenge. It is very early this morning. As you can see, the clock says 6:44. I've actually been up a little bit later, or earlier rather, and I am checking on our pumpkin baked oatmeal we left overnight. It was very, very thick, I'm not going to lie, and I will make it again because the taste was amazing, but the texture needs some work. And the next time I make it, I definitely would add more milk, and I did add more milk to my actual bowl before I ate it, but the taste was really, really good. It's lunchtime, and before we go digging through the refrigerator, because Saturdays, as you know, are clean out days for usually breakfast, lunch, and supper, but of course I made breakfast last night that you saw me come down and get very early this morning. And I'll tell you my thoughts, and then I'm going to get David's thoughts without asking him first, so that could be dangerous, but I'm still going to ask him. But yeah, we're going to be cleaning out the fridge today. So the taste for me, for the pumpkin baked oatmeal, the flavor was amazing. It tasted very pumpkin-y with all those warming spices. It was delicious. The texture, on the other hand, was not what I like my oatmeal to be. And if I make it again, which I will, I would definitely add, the recipe only called for 1.5 cups of milk. I added another 1/2 cup of milk to the actual crock pot, and then I added more milk in my serving. I would do at least 2 cups of milk, maybe even 2.5. So that's what I would change, but I'm gonna see what David thought of it. What did you think of the baked oatmeal?
The flavor was really good. It was a little pasty, but the flavor was there. So yeah, I ate it all. It was really good.
It was thick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna add more milk next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. I wasn't sure what he was gonna say. So I think, yeah, we're both on the same page. It's very thick, but man, the flavor was really good. So I'm gonna tweak it and I will try it again. So let's go into our refrigerator. I'm gonna take you into our refrigerator and we're gonna see what I can find for lunch for David and I today. Okay, so, right off the bat, we have some fish. Actually, I've been thinking about that ever since the night we had it. That was delicious. We have some fish. I think this is, yes, taco casserole left. There's also some shells, and there's a piece of pizza from last night. So I'm thinking, I also have some pumpkin left that I gotta do something with. Thinking these 3 things I might set aside for supper, and I think we're gonna do some of this and maybe cook some frozen French fries. I think we have a ton of French fries. We'll go see. We'll go check those next. In our freezer in the house here, we found, as usual, a partially open bag of fries, so I think we'll throw those We're gonna throw them right into the air fryer with the fish. The fish reheats beautifully in this, but we need to get the fries started first. If you saw my first video when we were getting ready for the pantry challenge in the first week, and I cleaned out the freezers, I found 4 bags of French fries like this, all partially opened. It's a huge pet peeve of mine. When things get opened before it's, when there's a, you know, open another box before you empty the first one, or whatever it is, cereal, frozen foods, anything, it drives me insane. So I moved all the partially frozen bags into the house and told the kids, start eating everything from this freezer first. So, yeah, it drives me crazy. You have to let me know down in the comments. Is it just me, or, you know, am I not alone here with that bugging me? So we're just gonna get the French fries going first because I'm not reheating them, I'm actually cooking them. And we're gonna get them started. That's all I'm gonna cook. I only want a few, and then David can have the rest of those, so. All right, those are cooking. Lunch on this really cold, snowy winter day. And it's only gonna get colder. I'm glad I have some nice warm meals planned for next week. See you at supper. Time, and David and I have had a very slow, lazy, relaxing Saturday, and it's been wonderful. I live for Saturdays and Sundays because David has off, and this time of year we're not as busy with projects. That's going to change in a few weeks, but we're going to enjoy this slow couple more weeks for now. And it is cold, and I know almost all of you are probably dealing with, we are not as frigid as some parts of Canada today. We're going to be getting there in the next couple of days, but it's been a whirlwind of weather the last 24 hours. We've gone from insane blizzards to, like, I was scared until David and Aiden got home because David had to go in last night and pick up Aiden, and it literally was doing nothing. And then 5 minutes later, we couldn't see our driveway anymore. It was crazy. They made it home safely, thank goodness, but it took quite a while. It took twice as long to get home as it normally does. And then around some point in the middle of the night, it warmed right up, way above freezing, and it turned to rain. And then it's gone back to snow for like the last 4 or 5 hours, and it looks like we have snow for like the next 2 or 3 days. It's crazy. Anyway, we have a little bit of leftovers, but I just said to David, I said, you know, this kind of weather, we have it, we want to use it up. Why don't we open a couple cans of soup and make a grilled cheese sandwich? And he said that sounded great to him. So I have our grilled cheese sandwiches done. Mine is on ancient grain bread. David's is on his white bread. Definitely going to be making bread soon, because that actually is from Aiden's stash of bread that I borrowed. So I got to make some bread. And we're just heating up 2 cans of prime rib and vegetable soup, and that is going to be supper for tonight. And I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see you back here tomorrow for, wow, day 14, the end of the 2nd week. And it's the start of some new recipes this week. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you tomorrow. Day 14 of Three Rivers Challenge and the end of week 2, halfway through already. So I am just getting, it's not anywhere near supper time, but I want to get this rub on these ribs and let it sit for a bit before we slow cook them in the oven. So this, it's not much of a dry rub anymore because I used some garlic from my freezer and just defrost it in the microwave. So now it's a little bit wet, but that's okay. It's fine. So this is a mix of, this is a bunch of beef ribs we got from an order we got when we ordered some beef. And these are all pork ribs, side ribs that we got from our half a pig that we ordered. So I'm just going to do them all together because there wasn't enough of the pork ones. So in this bowl I have in here about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a teaspoon of garlic powder plus a hunk of garlic that I put in there because I didn't have a lot of garlic powder left. I don't have a teaspoon of onion powder. I got to add the onion powder. I added a teaspoon of mustard, just regular old mustard, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt. I added some salt to this and mixed it all up, and that's it. But I got to add my onion powder. We're going to add a little onion powder. And like I said, I'll let this sit for about an hour, and then we will put them in the oven very low, like 250 degrees, and I will slow cook them the rest of the afternoon. And then about an hour before we're gonna take them out, I will put some apple butter barbecue sauce that I am going to whip up, and we will put them on that. The ribs have been slow cooking for hours. They're done. They smell amazing. So I just took some of my homemade apple barbecue sauce and just a little bit of my apple butter. They both have similar spices and stuff, and I've just mixed them together, and we are going to pour these right over the ribs and put them back in for about a half hour. And I took some corn. Here I am. I just realized you haven't seen me all day. I took some corn on the cob out of the freezer that I froze last year. I haven't had a lot of success freezing whole corn on the cob. I've tried it a couple of different ways. Last summer I tried a new way, so we're gonna, I forgot to take it out sooner, so it's still a little frozen, so I just got it. It's in one of my vacuum seal bags, so I just have it in some warm water to thaw out a bit. And I'm gonna put it in a pot, and we're gonna see if it turned out. And then I feel like we need one more thing, so I'm gonna have to go hunt our pantry and see what we have. But we're gonna put this right over the ribs. Okay, supper's done. I heated up David some rice. I honestly, nothing appealed to me in the pantry tonight, but I did get out some applesauce because we still have a lot of that to get up. And the beef rib, whatever that is, rib roast, whatever, that wasn't done, so I put it back in the oven, but there's plenty of pork ribs here for us. So, first thing I'm gonna try is this corn, because I wanna see if it's okay. All right, this is like the 5th or 6th way I've tried this, so. It's mushy. My mother freezes corn and she says it's not mushy. It's delicious. That's that corn we got midsummer there. It's amazing, but it's mushy. But we'll eat it. David doesn't let too much go to waste. Probably the way you grew up, right? You ate whatever the heck was there. All right, so we're gonna try a little piece here. Oh, that's good. I meant to mention earlier that rub that I made, that was a new recipe I found. So,
Yeah.
that's good. Yep. The apple butter helps make it a little bit sweeter. Okay, friend. As soon as we get done eating, I'm going to show you at the end of this video all the jars we have emptied so far in these first 2 weeks of the Three Rivers Challenge. It's honestly not as many as I'd hoped, but I kind of focused more on the freezers these first 2 weeks than I did the pantry shelves, and that's going to change this coming week. So make sure you stick to the end and see all the jars that are there. Until then, take care, God bless, and we'll see you all soon.